Shalom. First and foremost, before I begin, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rechak Wadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and bishops, to the great millstone that rule well. As always, peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopeful elect tabernacle of David, scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. Now, there's a very rebellious, perverted spirit in the midst of Egypt, which is being boldly and outwardly displayed, from within. And you're mainly seeing it with these women that are on the alt left that are, very angry and upset and distressed that Donald Trump, he got in there, and these are very deranged, unhinged individuals, because, they're mourning the fact that they don't think that they will have the same freedom to destroy themselves under the policies that Trump is going to enable. Getting rid of abortion, because Trump and conservatives, they're more pro-life. They're not with the freakism, all right, in the school system. But it's not like this is going to be completely eradicated in the country, because you still got these democratic cities and states that still, as a state, may push back on it and still allow for this liberal behavior to continue to go on. So they're acting like it's, the end of the world if they can't give their children the right to mutilate themselves, and for them to, be able to be whores freely without accountability. They want to be able to, kill their fetus while it's in their body. My body, my choice. A lot of that has to do with the fact that women, is really for selfish reasons. They're showing you that they care more about their own sexual pleasures than, their own nation. They don't care about family. They don't care about the welfare of children. Their body and their choice comes before all. This is, very toxic and very self-centered on all levels, and it's evil. Now, a lot of our women, I'm gonna speak about the black women. A lot of our women don't understand that you was given this privilege to, kill off your own offspring when you had a eugenicist by the name of Margaret Sanger, who was she was a racist. She was against what they would call the undesirable races. So eugenics was the best way to reduce that population in the country. And you so-called black women, you fell for it hook, line, and sinker. When that CIA agent, Gloria Steinem, tagged you along into the feminist movement. So a lot of our women, you've been duped by the serpent for far too long. And you can see that the effects are still lingering, because a lot of our women, they showed themselves, they showed their asses with this election response. All this hatred and vitriol towards their men. When it wasn't even that many black men that voted for Donald Trump. You had a certain number of black men that voted for Donald Trump. But they act like every single black man in America voted for him. So these women are acting out and they're showing themselves. And then you got the Edomite liberal woman just sick in the head. And our women are looking up to him, still falling for the serpent. All right, the scriptures say in was it the Sirach, the 4th chapter? Let not the reverence of one cause thee to fall. You reverence the so-called white women too much. You desire to be in her place. But yet the white woman, she understood, I'm not finna have no other woman ruling over me. I'd rather just have another white man, so-called white man, to rule over me. At least our power doesn't leave, because they still see themselves as superior over you. Even if she's tagging along with you and acting like a damsel in distress, out there marching and rallying with you, she still looks at you like she's over you. And you N-dubs, you're so damn careless. That's why the scriptures warn about you, you women that are at ease, you careless daughters. So anyway, this is what's going on. They saying that a bunch of Babylonians, they're stockpiling abortion pills and hormones and ahead of reproductive apocalypse under Trump. This is, see, the elites, and this is why the scriptures talk about how, they do a diligent search, and the inward thought of every one of them is deep. It talks about how the human mind is, very cunning. So they know that these liberal movements, it would become as big as it did, and you can thank the small hats for, funding this whole movement. And their plan all along was depopulation. Their plan all along was depopulation. They wanted to stop the reproduction process amongst the so-called dark races, because Esau had been afraid for a long time. Their fear was that they were going to be outnumbered, that their population was going to be reduced and they were going to be outnumbered by the darker races. So they had to, push this agenda and this indoctrination unto the women of the darker races, primarily you tribes, you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Natives. The northern tribes, they're not with that. They're really family oriented. So you can see why the majority of them chose Trump. They're not with that, killing off your offspring thing. But however, Eve, she was always with it. All right, proving what the scriptures say in Sirach, the 25th chapter, of the woman became the beginning of sin, and through her we all died. Listening to that damn serpent like she's doing now. And now they're throwing out all this nonsense about what they're gonna do to protest Donald Trump being in office or getting in the office. So this is one of them. Okay, these crazed in their heads liberals, very unhinged, man. You got these women shaving their heads off as a statement. It's like you're shaving their hair off. Rocking bald heads. All right, so this is, this world is hastening to pass away. Okay, with this type of behavior. Let me get that scripture in Genesis, where it talked about how the mindset of everybody on the earth before the flood was just continually evil and corrupt. Let's go to Genesis 6. This is Genesis 6 and verse 5. It says, the Lord observed the extent of human wickedness on earth, and he saw that everything they thought or imagined was consistently and totally evil. And just, look at how mad these people are now. So because you're afraid that Trump is going to restore, some form of order, because really them conservatives, they're not, really about that when it comes to really following the scriptures. They just put that on as a mask. All right. But trying to bring some type of morale back, stopping these women from killing off their own offspring, keeping these pervs from the children. You having a fit about that? Under the administration, you know how many children have been sold into these rings? How many children have been getting molested in these churches? But you more in uproar about your body. And a lot of you N-dubs, and it was just funny, man. I was watching Hassan Campbell. I watch him for entertainment. But he said some real ass shit. He said a lot of y'all women, he was talking to the so-called black woman. He was like, a lot of y'all, you really, what your problem really is that it's not that you can't abort your children. It's the fact that you want to cover up your tracks when it comes down to you having children, because a lot of the times men are finding out that those children that you put on a particular man ain't even his. It's been a lot of that going on. You're going to have the child, but you'll have the child knowing that the dude that you're currently with, he's not the father. Some other dude you was creeping with is possibly the father. So a way to hide that, to hide your filthy, shameless whore behavior, you rather play it safe and try to get rid of the child. And he was talking about how, hey, some of you men that had that experience, come on the platform, come and speak out. And this is in response to all these women saying all this hateful shit about the men. You women, y'all hate accountability. You do. Well, you're going to be held responsible now. You're going to be accountable, and that's what you're upset about. So what you're going to do? Oh, well, I'm going to just hoard up all these abortion pills. I'm gonna join the modern day 4B movement. And that 4B is basically the 4 don'ts, dealing with men. Don't date. Don't what was let me go to the article, because it says here, liberal women going on sex strike over Trump win. All right, and this is they drew inspiration from the Korean 4B movement to get revenge on men. All right, which the scriptures tell you that you don't have power over your own body, but the husband has power over your body, and vice versa. But a lot of these women, these liberal women, they don't even have husbands. So it's like, men are more than likely not dealing with y'all any damn way. This group of women, they're very deranged, they're unhinged. Men don't want anything to do with these kind of women. So it wasn't like they was out there dealing any damn way. These women are, using toys on themselves, or they basically a bunch of dykes. They getting with each other. Men ain't paying these bras no mind. Won't y'all go to a island? All you deranged hoes, go to an island and y'all live a dysfunctional life together, man. And let normal people be. Y'all can, take your little toys with you and all that. Go on an island and y'all live y'all life. If it's so bad to live with men or to be up under the rule of a man, then hey, do it by yourself then, without any men at all. See how far you go. Because society is functional with men. Men keep society functional. Men got to go to war, all right, to extract resources for you to be able to use. Men got to build the infrastructure that you rely upon. These women, the audacity of the modern woman, man. But going back to Genesis 6, that same corrupt, evil mindset is still here. That spirit of perverseness, man. It says, verse 6, so the Lord was sorry he had ever made them, and he put them on earth, and it broke his heart. And the Lord got fed up. And you think the Lord ain't fed up now? Because this rebellion is even worse now. So you got these these airhead women and these mentally ill creatures. They're basically saying that, yeah, we're not going to date. We're not going to marry. We're not going to have any children. We're not having no sex for basically for the entire presidency of Trump. So basically the next 4 years. So those of you that think like this, you're really a depopulation population. And the elites knew exactly what they were doing, pushing this ideology out there to these feminists. That was their help to reduce the population, because that's exactly what they wanted. They want the world reduced. All right. These are the diabolical devices of Shaitan. All right. But you can't go against the will of the Most High. All right. Let me get this in was it Psalms 21? Yeah, this is Psalms 21 and 11. It says, although they plot against you, their evil schemes will never succeed. And they tried all kind of attempts, especially against the seed of Jacob. They conducted all type of experiments on us to try to wipe us out. You had the AIDS epidemic, you had the syphilis experiment, the Tuskegee experiment, you had the crack cocaine epidemic. You had all these different things. They funded and changed rap music and hip hop. And it got drastically worse with each generation. And now, this majority, the content is all about violence, against your own people, whoredom, adultery, materialism, basically no substance, no upliftment, nothing to make you think. So all these different schemes this devil tried against us, and it still has not succeeded. Because we're a mighty people, and we're going to continue to multiply no matter what schemes, no matter what devices they come with. Even in poverty, we're going to continue to multiply, because it's just in our nature. It's just Eve, she continued to hang on to that, that tree in the garden, based on the advice from the serpent. And, it caused a lot of problems, a lot of self-deterioration, if you will, by her, taking on the poisonous ideologies from this devil. So this is supposed to be a form of rebellion and protest. These women are sick in the head. All right. And it's not like men are gonna hurt behind your pouting and your childish tantrums, and you saying what you're not gonna do. All right, because you still got women that are women at the end of the day. You know, they're not gonna go against their nature. Okay, because women, it's in their nature to want children. Okay, in the ancient world, women were depressed if they didn't have a child. Like Samuel's mother, you know, she was depressed that she couldn't have a child until, you know, she was comforted. You know, she was praying to the Lord and she was being comforted by the angel, and then she was able to conceive after that. Okay, so they're pushing this little movement, the 4B movement that started in South Korea. Okay, and this, you know, this kind of rebellion, you know, it's only going to go so far. Let me get Proverbs 17 and verse 11, and it says, "Evil people are eager for rebellion, but they will be severely punished." And that really goes for the world, man, because the earth was under full rebellion, you know, right before the flood during the time of Noah. And then that level of rebellion brought the first death, which was the flood. Let me get Sirach 40 real quick. It is Sirach 40 and verse 9. It says, "Death and bloodshed, strife and sword, calamities, famine, tribulation, and the scourge, these things are created for the wicked, and for their sakes came the flood." So all these different evils is sent out as scourges of amendment. You know, you doing a high level wickedness, eventually it's going to be addressed. And we can't forget about the prophecies that talk about how women are going to be mourning because they have no help, no bridegrooms, you know, because you done alienated your men or you ran your men off. They're not going to protect you when the time of trouble comes. You done said too much, you done did too much. So you know you won't be protected during Jacob's trouble. And I'm talking about you so-called black women. At least some of the Latina women, they have a sense of solidarity with their men. They're not going to cut off their families. You know, they band together and you know, they save their money. They you know, put their resources together. And you wonder why they prosper a little more than Judah. Not to say that the curses ain't on the Latino tribes, but they understand family values more than Judah, the Southern Kingdom, do. But Trump is gonna be a demon. He gonna show his horns to you Northern tribes too. Those of you that are happy that he got in there. He said on the first day he gonna deal with that immigration issue. First day he gets in there. So, you know, I wouldn't get too confident, you know, because some of these Edomites out there, they ain't gonna care that y'all, you know, there's a difference. They're gonna treat you all one and the same. And so Jacob's trouble gonna hit you included. You part of the tribes. You try to, you know, pass yourself off as white. You know, you mark on the application, you know, white, Caucasian. Like, come on, man. But you don't get treated as such. You're not seen as such. So anyway, so this is what's going on, all right, with these liberals. All right, they're basically spacing the hell out. All right, and it's only for so long, you know. But all you're going to do is destroy yourself in the process. All right. And all this liberalism is about worshiping of your own flesh. When you go to, was that 2 Peter, it says this, 2 Peter 2, and 2 and 18, it says, they brag about themselves, as in the NLT, with empty, foolish boasting, with an appeal to twisted sexual desires. And liberals, that's exactly what they appeal to. All right. Sexual liberation. It says they lure back into sin those who have barely escaped from a lifestyle of deception. They want to basically tag you along. They want to get you to join, that immoral, baseless lifestyle, which is really a death style. It ain't productive at all. It says they promise freedom or liberty, but they themselves are slaves of sin and corruption. That's what they are. They're slaves to their own desires, which is basically sinful. Living that sinful life. You want to dress up like men. You want to put strap-ons on, walk around like you a man. You want men to, be a bunch of moles. Walking around here like E.J. Johnson and Zion Wade. It says, for you are a slave to whatever controls you, and their flesh controls them. It's all rooted in their flesh. So let me go back to this. So that's what this boils down to. All right. They want to be able to have the freedom to live, immoral and without any self-control, and not be held accountable for the decisions that they make. That's what this is all about. So that's why they're in uproar. Because, they've had it like this for far too long. The last 50, 60 years. The scriptures tell you that women are not supposed to be given this kind of liberty, because they will abuse themselves with over much liberty. And we've seen it. Now, how are you the smallest ethnical demographic, or you count for the smallest demographic in the country, but you lead the highest in abortion rate or in STD rates, and you're the least married and the most divorced? How is that possible? When you want to shift the blame on the men. Don't want to hold yourself accountable. That's that complacent attitude, which the scriptures speak to you women about you women that are complacent. When you're careless, you're complacent. You don't want to change your behavior and your attitude for no one. And it's just all around rebellion. They want to go against what the Lord naturally ordained. Trump said it right. We're only designating two genders, male and female. Yeah. But in a bizarro world where their mindset, is predominant, that's offensive. They're called good evil and evil good. They put darkness for light and light for darkness. The scriptures say, woe unto you. So this is going to be short-lived, because at the end of the day, women, they're going to be women. All right. Some of these women, because women are fickle as well. They can change their mind. Some of these women will change their mind. They're not going to go a whole 4 years without, dealing with a man. It's not going to happen. Some of these women, they just don't even have a shot with men, because they're not attractive. They're overweight. This is the same crowd that'll tell you stop body shaming. They wearing them septum rings. They look just completely demonic. Hair shaved on the side, tattoos. This is the weird bunch. These are what they call fem cells. Okay, you got the incels and you got the fem cells. Now, they couldn't get men even if they tried. So, a lot of these women they're just hurt. Okay, and if I had enough time, I'd even go into the account. But for the sake of time, I'm gonna close out because I gotta get ready, hit the plantation. But y'all know the story of Vashti and Queen Vashti during Ahasuerus or Xerxes' reign, where she tried to basically rebel when he called for her to come into the king's court, and she rebelled and was a no-show. So they came back and told the king, "Hey, she didn't show up, man. What you gonna do?" Because all these other men, it's like all these other women, they're gonna see what she did and they're gonna follow suit. They all gonna be rebellious, after what she did. So, hey, the king, he did what a man is gonna do, and replaced her. And of course, it was the Lord's purpose to have Esther, be the one to replace Vashti. But nevertheless, men they didn't do that feminist bullshit back then. Okay, that's not how it works. And we ain't gonna have this problem in our world. In the kingdom to come, you're not gonna have an ounce of this going on. But this is only for now because you got the man of sin that's in power, the son of perdition, who's being revealed as we speak. Under his vibration is why you even have this kind of spirit. This all goes back to the serpent. All right. These weak ass men that are in power. So anyway, Lord willing, y'all will edify them and give all praise to Yahweh Bashem Al Shai. Shalom.